Howdy. This is Joe Valenti for an edition of Kitchen Table Politics for the week of August 2nd. Got my cowboy hat on again because Mark Ciavarella this week reminded me when I saw him on the news that we're still in the wild, wild west here in Luzerne County. Imagine that. Next, I want to remind my friend, attorney Brian Corcoran, it's been 270 days since Barack Obama declared victory, and you have yet to buy me breakfast. We might come up on the anniversary of the presidential election, so maybe it'll be 12 months, and we'll see if you buy me breakfast. I was up at the federal courthouse this past week covering the trial in Wyoming Area and against the Wyoming Area School District and board members and superintendent. They came up with a $500,000 verdict, and George Race, the Wyoming Area taxpayer president, coined that lawsuit a trifecta. So it looks like the trifecta hit for $500,000, and it looks like there's going to be some attorney fees assessed. There was some assessment also for punitive damages put on the school directors and the individuals personally. So take a look at that, and I kind of analyze what's next up for the political landscape in Wyoming Area. While I was up the courthouse, I was making my way through and looking all the corners and around here and over there and peeking around, see if I could see any familiar faces. Didn't see any familiar faces from Pittston. Didn't see any familiar faces for Luzerne County. I thought for sure I'd catch up with Ciavarella or Conahan, but nowhere to be seen, unfortunately. Speaking of Mark Ciavarella, did you happen to catch the interview he gave to WNEP? As Toby Keith in his song wrote, what was I thinking? What the heck was he thinking giving that interview? I write a little bit about that this week. It seems that Mark Ciavarella needs to go to Joe Valenti's How to Handle the Media. And in the Joe Valenti's How to Handle the Media, there's step one, or rule number one, before you get your plea accepted by the federal judge. There's two words you need to learn. No comment. What the hell is wrong with him? Anyway, I do write a little bit about his plea being rejected with Jackie Carroll Musto, and I refer back to an article I wrote back in back in February. So check that out. Kind of refers back to I think Jackie Musto Carroll should step up to the plate and maybe file charges above and beyond the federal charges that have been filed against him for child trafficking and taking kids for cash. Read that a little bit about it. Like I said, I wrote this week, our lead story is about the Wyoming Area School District and PJ Pribula, Robert Michelletti, and Jim Zarra. It was Christmas in July, or just the end of July for them. They had a $500,000 verdict for them. And the political landscape, like I said, in Wyoming Area is going to change immensely with this. I write and analyze everything, write a little bit about how the witnesses, the school directors there, took on advice, made their decisions based on the advice of legal counsel and Ray Hassey. So we write a little bit about Ray Hassey and how he could have fit into this picture. Moving on, we got a call this past week about 5 Pittston area school teachers getting called up to the federal grand jury. Got this from a very reliable source. I understand it was on WNEP. They had a little bit on it. Also, a local contractor is getting called to testify in front of the federal grand jury. and a former Pittston Area school director / superintendent of Wyoming Valley West is also scheduled to be up there. And I believe it's going to be August 4th. Don't know if I can make it up there, but if I can, I'll see if I can get my camera or my video camera and get them coming out of the federal courthouse. And I'm going to say something that I said a while ago about federal judges. I'm going to quote my friend Steve Corbett. He once wrote back in the 90s when he was in front of a judge in Luzerne County. He said, "County judges don't scare me. Federal judges do." And when you're up in that courthouse and you're in front of a federal judge, let me tell you something. It is quite ominous and overwhelming. Anyway, finally, to wrap this thing up, we took some pictures of, there was an explosion of a house in Exeter by the JFK school and the Wyoming Area High School. Put some pictures up there, write a little bit about it. Nothing huge, but got some good pictures. Thought you'd like to see them. Finally, here's a feature that I wanted to share with you, and let's call it barbecuing with Joe at my kitchen table. When it's dark out, as you can see. It's about, what time is it? It's about midnight, Saturday night, Sunday morning. But here's something, a barbecue idea that a friend of mine, Bill Payne, gave me, and it's good, it's easy, and it is delectable. It's called the beer can chicken. Yes, beer can, B-E-R can chicken. Okay, I bought this little contraption up at Walmart, probably about $5 or $6. Okay, and I don't have a beer can, I have a Mountain Dew can. Okay, so you take this Mountain Dew can, or you take your beer can, drink half of it, okay, set it in there, or you can pour the beer that you're drinking while you're on video in there. You pour it halfway with beer, okay, then you crush some garlic up. Don't dice it, but crush it. Make a paste out of it. Put some salt in that paste, okay? And you want it to be a paste, not minced. You throw that in there, about a couple cloves. Then you take your chicken and you set it over the beer can like so. You put it on the grill on low for about couple 2-3 hours. And you let it simmer. There's no fuss, no muss. Every once in a while you want to look at it. It drips very slowly, so there's really no grease fires that you get with cooking chicken sometimes, but make sure it's on low. When it comes off, take your chicken out, take your beer can, dump that beer and garlic and mint or whatever the seasonings you want to put in it, dump it over the chicken, and it is a delight for the entire family. So anyway, this is Joe Valenti signing off for the week of August 2nd. I hope everybody had a great week. Looking forward to the week coming up. The political season is kind of slow, but this week it was kind of happening, actually. So we'll catch you on this flip side. If you see me out there, say hi. Keep those cards and letters coming. Any photos, any videos. If you just drop me an email. Let me know what's going on, because it's you guys that I get my information from. Thanks, and have a great week.
I'm gonna get through this. Come hello, high water. I'm gonna get through this. If it's the last thing I know, I'm gonna stand my ground. I won't let them keep me down. Even if you've got to carry me for